Hey single ladies, I am back with another video touching on a topic that is currently making its rounds. We have Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Rick Ross, and Soulja Boy, who all participated in Donald Trump inauguration activities, and people are criticizing them for basically cashing out. Um, yeah, yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, I feel like Snoop Dogg is getting the most of the backlash because the internet, when it goes to work, it goes to work. Apparently, he made some statements in the past and he were calling people coons and he was calling out many a different African American artists for supporting Trump. And now here he is, years later, eating his own words. Um, Rick Ross, his camp is, I don't know what they're doing with the media and why he's not getting it as bad. But his name has loosely been in the conversation, but he did perform and cash a paycheck too. What are you guys' thoughts on this? I mean, we don't know what these people's finances look like. I know that Nelly recently sold his catalog in the past few years, and he does have a new child. We have Soulja Boy, who's forever getting caught up in some kind of financial lie, claiming he was the first to do this or that he had some kind of partnership with somebody and it made so much money. And he's forever getting caught up in some half truths, I would say. In addition to that, that's also thinking about the fact that technically these individuals are millionaires. They technically are wealthy and may benefit financially from some of these tax initiatives that Trump may swing their way as he does things to help the wealthy. So, this may be kind of a wake-up call to some people that they not really like us. So, if they're going to benefit, if they voted for him in private, whatever the case may be, they just went ahead and I guess said it is what it is. This is who I support. And, I'm going to go ahead and collect my coins along the way. So, yeah. Also, what about Pope Cassette Michelle? Because when she performed that first go round, oh my gosh, she got it. Y'all took it to her, canceled her, and she only been performing in small arenas here and there. Are we going to uncancel her? Because we drug her through the mud, and I can't tell you the last hit that young lady has had, and she has the voice of an angel. This is something else that I was thinking about. Like, what's with this pocket watching culture? These are individuals that are entertainers first. They're not civic leaders. They're not the morale police. They aren't out here taking stances, on the front lines, out here, being social justice warriors or civil rights leaders or anything like that. Are we expecting too much of them? Snoop, his brand is so versatile. I see him doing some of everything. That man, he can be doing something with T-Mobile. He can be doing something related to food. I mean, he can slap his name on almost any kind of a product and get a paycheck, and no one clowns him. I mean, he just literally out here collecting a bag. It's how universal and how international and global his brand has become. I mean, the man literally was just out doing commentating for the Olympics. So, clearly he's doing money grabs all over the place. You name the product, he will do it. He's forever partnering and doing an endorsement for something. So, yeah, there's that aspect. Something else to think about. In terms of them going ahead and cashing out and getting this payday, when was the last time you actually went and bought some tickets or bought an album and supported any of these artists. I can't tell you the last time I've supported. Maybe I can't even say I even bought it. I was gonna say one of Rick Ross albums or something like that, but I can't even say I actually bought it because when was the last time I actually went into a store and purchased a CD? Yeah. So, we're criticizing them for, you know, siding with Trump and getting paid. And are we supporting them financially? Are we buying tickets to, concerts? Or, I think Soulja Boy had some kind of game console. Did we go out and buy the game console? Then there's also this. I mean, it's just so many layers to this conversation. I remember K. Michelle when she performed for Trump's inauguration or one of his different ceremonies or whatever. She performed for him and didn't even get paid. If whether or not, her team, the team of these four males, are thorough enough to get the check first, there's that caveat. Are they even going to get paid? Will it come out years and years later that they are taking all this backlash and might not even get the checks that they hope to get? Here's something else to think about. If you were the entertainer and you got approached, with whatever dollar amount, would you have went ahead and did a performance for whatever payday? Would it have been a flat no, or would the price point have met a certain threshold for you? What would you have done? It's easy to sit up and say, oh, I would do this, I would do that. What would you have done? Yeah, they are getting ring through the mud. I think that Snoop's legacy and, his brand, I think he's going to walk away unscathed. I think that his brand is strong enough and it's been around long enough where he will be okay. I think that Rick Ross, and again, Rick Ross' name is not coming up in the conversation as much as the other people that I mentioned. I think that Rick Ross will fare fairly well in this situation. His name isn't being mentioned as much, and he has truly set himself up financially where, he'll at this point, he'll pretty much almost always be rich. So I think that he will fare very, very well in it. Nelly and Soulja Boy is kind of tricky. Nelly's brand, he has had some issues related to some sexual offenses that had kind of came and went. He has had some issues recently where he got caught with some drugs, but then also he does have the positive publicity between him and Ashanti. So, people love to see people in love. And whether or not him and Ashanti disclose some more of their private life, and that distracts from this whole situation, people do tend to have a short memory. So, will he fare in that regard? As for Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy's kind of tricky. His brand is all over the place. I kind of feel like he's just using something out of the playbook of any publicity is good publicity. Because honestly, his name has not been coming up in, the celebrity conversation as well. Fairly, what does he have going on? I mean, I don't really follow him like that. If somebody knows, please feel free to comment. But, it's just interesting to see the balance, the fine line between ethics, morale, values, and basically just needing to survive in this economy. And again, it's pocket watching. I mean, they are public figures. They did sign up for this lifestyle and for public opinion. So we'll see, how that goes. But yeah, this has been an interesting financial conversation that is going around. People are criticizing them for, accepting this money. And then also, if we're going to criticize them for accepting this money, we got to think about some of these other celebrities that, and granted, all they did was perform. It wasn't like they were on the campaign trail with this man and trying to swing the vote or anything like this. This was already a done deal. Wasn't any change in this. And they just went ahead and they just performed. Meanwhile, you have other celebrities that truly do invest in some unethical things. They say Michael Jordan invests in prisons. You have the Kardashians. They say that, some of their workers were underpaid and, some of their products are being made over in other countries, sweatshops and things like that. So if we're really going to be open the conversation to celebrities and how they're making their money and stuff like that, how many different celebrities endorse cryptocurrency that was just a total complete scam? Total complete scam. How many celebrities endorse products, skincare products and stuff like that do not clear up people's skin at all? Do not clear up people's skin. How many celebrities have endorsed credit cards, unfortunately, that sign people up for credit cards with ridiculous interest rates? You guys remember those Rush cards? People were getting bunked over the head with those Rush Visa cards. So I digress. I just wanted to kick off the conversation here. Please comment. Let me know what you would do. Tell me what you think. Let me know if you feel like they just kind of selling their souls for money. Let me know if you kind of lean on the side of they got to do what they got to do to make ends meet or to, maintain their lifestyles. Ooh, I was just getting ready to close this video out, but I'm sorry, I forgot about something else. We also have to think about as well, in the African American community, some of these celebrities, entertainers, as they age, their status as legends and their status as people to revered and stuff like that, that's a very tricky road to navigate. To see, a 40-year-old rapper, 50-year-old rapper, that's kind of looked down upon in the African American entertainment space. So as they pretty much face ageism, and the opportunities for them are not coming around like that because they aren't the new young popping it thing. So that's another layer to this as well, because pretty much once they age out of popularity, it's like, okay, are they really going to be getting the opportunity to do world tours and stuff like that? So yeah, people are sitting up criticizing them for getting the bag, and this minus Soulja Boy, because Soulja Boy is a little bit younger than, not a little bit, he's significantly younger than the other three, Snoop, Rick Ross, and Nelly that I mentioned. So yeah, who knows when Nelly's seeing this type of check outside of him having to sell his own catalog. And to me, him having to sell his own catalog is a sign of financial distress. That's a sign of financial distress. Like, musical artists, they're more savvy. They are far better educated about their masters and wanting control and stuff over their music. So for him to sell his catalog, and still be fairly young, clearly signs of financial distress. I will stop because I don't want to take up all of the talking points and stuff like that. And I do want to engage with people in the comments section. But let me know what you guys think of this. And I think I might dub this a series called Pocket Watching for Celebrities, when they do different financial moves and stuff like that, what we can take from it, how we can analyze it, and how we can pretty much learn from it, and possibly just peep game on how some of the society messages that they will give to working class people. And meanwhile, you have your 1%, you have your wealthy people that are truly playing the capitalistic game, and they're getting the bag when the opportunity presents itself. Anywho, single ladies, I will chat with you later. Until then, stay happy, joyful, peaceful, and do your best to try to be financially savvy.